Buntan versus Smilla Sundell 2, Danielle Kelly versus Jessa, Xiong versus Jaroonsak, Wonder Girl, in a special rules bout. All these fights just got announced for the September Prime card, and I'm going to talk about them all on Shadow TV Productions today. First up, Smilla Sundell and Jackie Buntan are going to have a rematch for the strawweight Muay Thai title. This is the first Muay Thai fight for Sundell since April of 2022, last year, since she beat Buntan for the title. Buntan has come off of two very impressive victories over Amber Kitchen and Diana Martin, respectively. I am perplexed by this fight getting booked, mainly due to the fact that Buntan has struggled to make weight in the past two performances, especially against Martin, where she missed weight by over 5 pounds. Meanwhile, someone like Barlow has actually gotten 2 definitive wins and made weight in both of her fights. Granted, her wins were less impressive, however, you'd think they'd give it to the person that can actually make weight. Buntan is a very big star in the United States and the Philippines, so perhaps they're doing it to get back into that market and finally get another quote-unquote Filipino champion because she is of Filipino descent. For a prediction for this one, I don't imagine the result will be any different. Jackie has shown a propensity to struggle with offensive strikers. Like Smilla, Amber was giving her a lot of trouble in those first 2 rounds because she was constantly putting her on the back foot. The difference is Smilla is just a lot more debilitating. She allows a lot less space in between her opponents. Her output is crazy for the division, even though she gets tagged a lot, which could leave her open to Buntan's powerful shots. I do believe that overall Smilla will just debilitate a lot of what Jackie's doing, smother her in that clinch, and just do enough damage to get a decision victory, just like the first time. However, it would be devastating if Buntan goes in there, misses weight, and then knocks out Smilla, because then the division's just in a state of limbo because the champion just got smoked and the challenger, #1 contender who just beat her, can't make weight for the division. I hope that doesn't happen, but there's a probability that it could. After that, Danielle Kelly will be taking on Jessa for the inaugural atomweight grappling title. Interesting, we're finally getting this one. Danielle Kelly is practically 3-0 and 1 thus far. She did go to a submission, or she did go to a draw with Mei Yamaguchi, but that was before decisions were allowed. Jessa is a world champion. She won the games this year in IBJJF, and this is going to be the second time that they've been met before professionally. Jessa did beat her back then, however, that was under a traditional point system of grappling. This is under one rule set, and it favors Kelly a lot. Kelly is a very exciting grappler. She always goes for the submission, which is going to aid her in the system of grappling. We've seen in the past with grapplers like Bianca Basilio and Amanda Riedel, who have had a lot of success in that form of point system of grappling, however, have struggled in one system. I think the same thing is going to happen here. Danielle Kelly is going to earn a decision victory and become the first champion of women's grappling. Finally, Xiong versus Jaroonsak in a special rules bout. This is going to look similar to the one between Mikey and Rod Tang in rules. The first round is going to be in Muay Thai. The second round is going to be presumably in MMA. I don't understand this one at all. Meng Bo should be fighting for the title next, and it's going to be a big one because if Xiong defends her title, it will be the record-breaking for consecutive title defenses and 1 at 8. However, instead, we're kind of just wasting our time with this. This is the first fight for Xiong since she beat Angela last year, so she's just been on the shelf for a year now. And this fight, I'm not very excited for it. Nat is just not that good, and as a Muay Thai fighter, her record is not very savory, and she's struggled a lot against high-level opponents. In the Muay Thai round, she's going to struggle a lot because she's not that dangerous against Xiong, and when it gets to MMA, it's just going to be over, man. Nat did look good against Ziba. She showed good grappling there, man, but Ziba is kind of trash, if we're all being honest. And if you look at the grapplers that Xiong has faced, like Michelle Nicolini and Angela Lee, they are substantially better grapplers than what Nat can do out there. And maybe Nat has improved a lot. We're going to see her again fight this Friday against a far more legitimate opponent. However, I'm just going to need to see something exceptional out there for me to prove that she can possibly beat Xiong. So I'll have Xiong surviving the first round via her defensively sound striking techniques, and then I'll have her finishing Nat in the second round. Maybe they're punishing Xiong for beating Angela Lee, and seeing as Angela Lee is likely to retire, that's going to be her last defining fight, is her losing to Xiong. And so the last couple of years of Xiong's peak prime, she's going to be forced into these weird situations with one where they're not going to have her compete on a regular basis. So yeah, the 2 fight announcements we got between the special rules bout and the strawweight Muay Thai title fight, I'm a little perplexed by, but at least we're getting more title fights and big fights in general. So with that, guys, that's the end of my video. Thank you all for watching so much. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, consider subscribing, more content. Comment your own opinions down below. This is Share TV Productions. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. And I'm